Welcome back everyone to Eating Smart Being Active, Lesson 1, Part 2. Right now we're going to start the cooking demo. Today we're going to make chicken fried rice, but we're going to use brown rice. Let's get started. So before we start, it's always good practice that we wash our hands. You want to take some soap, get some warm water going. You want to get on your hands, in between your fingers, in and on top of your nails as well. Lather really well. Rinse under hot water and dry your hands with a clean towel. So we have all the ingredients right here. Chicken breasts, brown rice, carrots, bell pepper, onion, broccoli, corn oil, eggs, 1 teaspoon measurement, 1 tablespoon measurement, soy sauce, black pepper, garlic powder. So if you notice, it's very important that we separate the meats from the vegetables that we were talking about earlier. So what's going to happen now is that we're going to wash the vegetables. Let's start off by washing the onion. What you want to do is you want to wash all around it. You want to get any remaining dirt off. We're going to do the same with the green bell pepper. Make sure you get in those crevices. Same procedure with the carrots. And lastly, the broccoli. The recipe calls for 3 cups of cold, cooked, chilled rice. We don't have that, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to cook it from scratch. So in this case, I'm going to do 3 cups of brown rice. As a rule of thumb, 1 cup of brown rice calls for 2 cups of water. In this case, we're making 3 cups of brown rice, which calls for 6 cups of water. Let's get started on cutting vegetables. We want a clean surface, and because the cutting board moves, we're going to lay a towel under the cutting board. Let's talk about proper knifing. So what you want to do is you want to grip the knife where the handle meets the blade with your forefinger and thumb on either side of the flat part of the blade. Personally, I like to shift my pointer finger from the side of the blade onto the top blunt side. Cutting broccoli. Let's start off by cutting the head. Now, what you can do is you can just use your fingers to peel off certain sections, or you can use a knife. That's really up to you. If you want to get it smaller, you can definitely chop it up too. Some people like throwing the stem away, but there's so much you can get out of the stem. What you want to do is you want to cut the edges or anything brown, then lightly carve around the stem as to take the skin away. Once done, you can cut the core into thin slices, and you can cut into smaller pieces if you want. As you see, I'm using the claw technique with my fingers, and that's very important as to not cut yourself. The recipe also calls for cubed carrots. In this case, we're using fresh carrots, and one way to cube it is to cut into smaller pieces, and you want to cut into the smaller pieces to create little triangles, as you can see. You want to do the same to the green bell pepper. Slice it in the middle, you want to core it, then you want to slice into thin slices, you want to line it up, and then you want to dice it. Lastly, we have the onion. Because the onion is round, we want to create a flat surface by cutting the top and the bottom. You want to peel the remaining skin, and like the green bell pepper, you want to cut thin slices, line it up, and chop. Now that we have all our vegetables cut, we have to cut the chicken. I've already sanitized the table, and if you notice, I'm using a different cutting board for safety measures. We're going to start by trimming the fat first. Then, like the vegetables, you want to cut it into thinner slices. Then we cube it. Notice the bear claw. The rice is just about done. You'll notice this when the red light switches to yellow, signifying keep warm. As mentioned earlier, the recipe calls for 3 cups of cooked, chilled rice. However, our rice just got done, so we're going to stir it and we're going to let it sit and we're going to leave the lid open. And to the fun part, 2 tablespoons of oil evenly spread around the wok. Keep in mind that in a real life setting, you may not have a wok, but because we have a wok, we're going to use it today. You want to cook all this in a medium-high heat. You want to move it around continuously until it's fully cooked. The way you know that's fully cooked is the chicken will turn white, and when the liquids that sweat out will become naturally clear. Once your chicken is cooked, you want to throw in all your vegetables. Once the vegetables are cooked, we want to put 3 cups of cooked brown rice. Separately, we want to take 2 eggs and scramble it. Eggs cook up fairly fast. How you know it's ready is when it puffs up like a pancake. Stir it around a few times and it should be all cooked. half teaspoon black pepper,
Okay.
half teaspoon garlic powder, 2 tablespoons soy sauce, then you want to mix everything together.
We're done.
And there you have it, chicken fried rice.